Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get into this discussion. The destruction of Canada has begun. As I've been talking about, the global power elitists are bringing in a one world government. They've been at this since the beginning of time, and they have advanced so much. Everything that they said they were going to do, they have done it. Their first, what's it called? The first thing that they wanted to create was the United States of Europe. And that was the reason for World War II. That's why they created World War II, and they brought the European Union out of the ashes of the Holocaust. But not just the European Union, but also the League of Nations. Then afterwards, it progressed to the United Nations, which the United Nations does not stand for the United States Constitution. It stands for world government. This is a Luciferian agenda that is being followed. This is what they're doing. But Canada and North America are joining partnerships with the New World Order, which would be North America, which is Canada, US, and Mexico, and other countries as well. Because right now, they already have an African Union, they have an Asian Union, and they have a European Union. And what is underway right now, and this is what I want to get into, what is underway right now is a North American Union. That was back in 2005, where the three countries met, which was Canada, US, and Mexico, and they agreed on the North American trade. But they were talking about building a North American community. These people actually go so far that they actually wrote a book on it. Like, for those of you that think this is a conspiracy theory and blah blah blah, like, I get tired of it when you start telling people stuff and they, oh, you're a conspiracy theory. The reason why they call us conspiracy theorists is because they think they're going to hear this stuff on the news. But you have to understand, who owns the news? Who owns the news? Who's in control of the media? Well, of course, the Rockefellers are in control of the media, and plus the media is is part of it. They're all owned by the CFR and everybody. These shadow families that are bringing in a one world government. But just the fact that you're hearing silence on the subject, and we only heard about it, well, I didn't hear about it, but I saw documents, and I saw stuff on the videos, and other people that heard about it in 2005, that are talking about bringing in a North American Union, which is Canada, US, and Mexico, emerge into one super country. But I want to stay on this topic. But just the fact that we haven't heard anything about it since then should just tell you that there's something not right. That's something that is being controlled. And yet we're emerging into a super country. So, and plus, even Stephen Harper openly admitted it at the G20 summit. For those of you that don't know about the G20 summit, they're the leading economies of the world that get together and they discuss currency decisions. These people are in control of the currency decisions of the globe at this time. And basically what they're working on is to bring in a one world government, a one world currency, one world religion, everything, you name it. A one world money system, everything. A one world monetary system. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, the North American Union is Canada, US, and Mexico merged into one super country. They're trying to say, you see, these people always try to make it sound like a good thing, but it is not a good thing at all, because they're trying to say it's for trade agreements. Because I got into an argument with someone that I was talking to this about, saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, it was by NAFTA. It's about trade deals. No, it's not. This is what they're going to throw upon to the public, so that the public accept it, and they say, oh, now we might as well just do this. It'll make everything, wouldn't it just make everything much better? Because this is what they're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a joke. But when you hear complete silence about it, that's when the random of conspiracy rises. But they're no longer quiet about it. You guys can read the documents of the United Nations, the CFR, the Trial Commission, you name it. They're openly admitting world government. There's an organization, WTO, The Philadelphia 2, they openly announced that they're bringing in a one world government, something that is going to replace the United States Constitution. And plus, Gordon Brown, the Prime Minister of the UK, is calling for the creation of a global constitution. This is not something that I'm just talking off of my head. These are the facts. Believe the masters that are bringing it in. These people are Luciferians. This is a common agenda that they are following. And these are not isolated events, because you can study Canada, US, Europe, and other countries as well. They are all working on the same thing, that we need a world government to bring stability and to make the world a better place. Wouldn't it be just a better world if we're all in a single global community? We're no longer divided, we're all one. So this is what they're doing. They're doing it by stealth. What I mean by stealth, they're doing it secretly, through policy. They're doing it step by step. Each day that passes, we become more globalized. So this is what they're doing. They're bringing in a one world government. That's why, like right now, they already have a super highway that is under construction from Mexico into US and right into Canada. And of course, if you ask them, they're going to deny it. But the facts are there. You guys can check it up for yourself. And they actually even wrote a book on it, because these people get pleasure in telling people their plans at ahead of time, what they're going to do. The name of the book is called Building a North American Community. You guys can go listen to my video. I made a video on that about the North American Union. Just type in my YouTube name, C.H. McDonald, and then just type in the North American Union, and you'll get the video there. You guys can listen to it, and you guys can see for itself. And they say people that talk about a New World Order and people that are opposed to a New World Order and a North American Union are terrorists. So we're terrorists now for telling people the truth. And yet these people are saying it on live television. These people give no bones about it, that they're bringing in world government. So, anyways, like I said, this is a Luciferian agenda. They're fulfilling Satan's goal to bring in his one world government. And plus, with this one world government, because I actually saw the document, they actually said, are you ready for the North American Union biometric ID card? That they're planning in this North American Union is to have every Canadian, US, and Mexican people with a North American Union biometric ID card, which we will be able to go back and forth as we please to US, Canada, Mexico. But it's going to be linked in with our biometrics. Now, biometrics stands for body measurements, where it does your hand. And then they take a picture of your eyes, and then they take a picture of your face. Now you're in the system, and that is going to be linked in with your biometrics. But ladies and gentlemen, this is all about tracing, linking, tracking the people. And they actually said that they're going to take advantage of this biometric technology, and they said that the governments of the world are going to enforce it upon the people of the world. The governments of the world are going to enforce this biometric system upon its people. And they said the real reason for enforcing this biometric global system upon the world is for control, to control us. Because if anybody comes up against us, or if they protest against us, or whatever, if they get in our way, we just push one button and we can freeze their account. You're screwed. Your life is screwed. A cashless society is to enslave its people. It's all part of their control grid. That's right now. Everywhere I go outside, I'm seeing cameras. That's why I'm saying the destruction of Canada has begun. This is the beginning of the police state. They're bringing in a super worldwide police state, which is military police. We'll be working with the military. And this is what's happening. Because for them to have a total surveillance control grid, they have to have all the surveillance stuff up, but not just the surveillance cameras, but they also need its people's biometrics for total control. These people are control freaks. You cannot trust your government, people. Get educated in history and do your research on the history of governments. They are responsible. They have killed like 200 million people within the last century of its own people. This is the government, and this is what they're doing. The technologies that they have today, they're going to use it to enslave us. So I just wanted to let you guys be aware of this, that the North American Union is underway which is Canada, US, and Mexico, emerge into one super country. But we're going to have to share the same currency. They're going to say, it won't be better, we just have one single market, and we all get along. And they already have the Amero, but they'll probably change it to the North American dollar. Because the Amero doesn't sound good. Maybe it will be called the Amero, I don't know. But maybe they'll just change it to the North American dollar. But it has nothing to do with that. They're uniting each country state by step by step. Okay? Don't be fooled by them, my friends. This has to do with a world government. Their end game to this is not a North American Union. It's a world government. They even said it in their own documents. Nation states must come to an end. Within 100 years, nations will be obsolete, and everyone's going to recognize a single global authority. Maybe national sovereignty wasn't a good idea in the first place. And by the way, with this free trade agreement, it has nothing to do with free trade. It has to do with the total destruction of sovereign countries. Actually, it has to do with total destruction of the sovereignty of Canada and the US and Mexico. They're calling for the destruction of Canada, the end of Canada's national sovereignty, the end of the US, and the end of Mexico. This was in the CNN reports. They're saying to bring in a North American Union. And that guy that was on the news, he said it, he let it out as it is. People need to pay very attention what these people are doing. Because what these people are talking about is exactly a new world order is what they're trying to bring in. And these people mean exactly what they say. And everything that they said they were going to do, they've done it. That was the real reason for September 11th. 9/11 was a plan to bring in their one world government. Because look how the world has changed now. Look how they have changed the world from that September 11th that they caused, that they created. For that very purpose, now they can tap you, they can listen to your phone calls, they can do whatever they want without you even knowing it. And they already are listening to every telephone call, cell phone, you name it. They're listening to everything. We are all under the all-seeing eye of the Illuminati. This is what's happening. And plus, Stephen Harper, he has a prosperity and security partnership. Partnership. Listen to those words. Canada is partnering up with the New World Order. Canada is adopting into the New World Order. This is what's happening. No more. This is the death of Canada that's taking place right now, people. And before time runs out, I want you guys to be aware of this. The Canadian bankers, right now as we speak, they are actually working on a digitalized coin. They're working on a digital coin, and they also want to bring in a digital currency. It's all there. Just line up just put all the dots together, ladies and gentlemen. We are running towards global government. And even, what's his name, Henry Kissinger said that a North American Union is an amazing creation towards a new world order. Even David Rockefeller said that a North American Union is for a one world Western atmosphere. These people give no bones about it. They're bringing in a global government. It's all in the documents. The praise of a new world order. James Warburg, 1950, we shall have world government, whether we like it or not, but the question is either by consent or by conquest. And in the CFR document that we shall have a world government, either way, even if we have to pay for it in blood. And then David Rockefeller speaking at the United Nations. So we are on the verge of a global transformation. All that we need is a major crisis, and the nations will accept the New World Order. So this is what they're going to do. Before they can bring in a global currency, they have to get rid of the United States dollar. So the dollar is going to weaken as we progress until the final collapse comes, and they have a plan to bring in their global currency by 2018. They want to name it the Phoenix. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what they're planning to name their new global currency, is the Phoenix. Like it's everywhere, man, ladies and gentlemen. They're talking about bringing in a new international order, a global economic system, you name it. A one world monetary system by the bank cartels to enslave its people. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, do not hand over your biometrics, and you must resist and reject this national ID card that they're going to try to throw on you. Even if you have to go to prison or whatever, you must fight against it. This is about control over its people. They can track and monitor your every move. So So this is all I got to say for my brothers and sisters in Christ. Be ready to meet the Lord. And if this comes to you before the rapture, this must be resisted. And God bless you all.